Hey y'all, welcome back to the dirty old cold garage, and today I want to try something a little bit differently. I was digging through a closet and I found some old tour books that I used to, well, that I still have, I guess, but I thought it might be cool if we just go down the old nostalgia trail and take a look at some of them and just reminisce, if you will. It's not all the tour books I used to have. I know I sold one or two of them, and then I guess some were just lost to time. I don't know where they are, but we'll take a look at the ones I still got. And before we do that, don't forget, like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And also, if you're over on the Instagram, give me a follow over there at Side 4. I've been spending a lot of time over there this last week. I had a one reel that kind of went viral, had a couple 100,000 views on it, which is crazy when you got no followers. But it's kind of blown up over there a little bit, which is really cool. But there's some like exclusive Instagram reels over there that are fun. So if you're over there, feel free to give me a follow. It's good times. But now let's get into some revisiting some old tour books. Now up first is Prince. Well, at this point he was the artist, because this was 1997 when I saw him on this tour. It was the Emancipation Tour in Charlotte, North Carolina, and then I saw him several months later in Columbia, South Carolina as well. Did I say Charlotte, South Carolina? Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know what I said, but Charlotte, North Carolina was the first time I saw him. And it was a great show. I really enjoyed it. So I got the tour book. At least I thought it was a tour book, but it wasn't. It was simply all the lyrics to the songs on Emancipation. And I thought that was really lame. I mean, it's kind of cool to have now, but back then I wanted a tour book, you know? I wanted a Prince tour book. But I had to settle for the words and pictures from Emancipation. Which there's a lot of good stuff on that album, by the way. There's also some stuff I don't really care for. But such is life. You know how that goes. Now this next bunch is it's a bunch of Kiss ones, because you know Kiss is my favorite band. I never claim they're not. So of course I've still got a bunch of those. The first one is the 1995. I like how it's dated 95, 96, but it's the 1995 Japanese tour book. And I got this one from the Kiss convention in Atlanta in 1995. Man, I'm all over the place. I'm going to do a whole video on that show because that was a very special show for me, for the time and in my life, and it was good stuff. But this one, you know, this is a cool one to have because this is my, like as I was growing up, the non-makeup era Kiss was, you know, my Kiss because that's what I grew up on. So I like having this as a, you know, just a memento of those periods. And this Revenge lineup, you know, with Bruce Kulick and Eric Singer, is a damn tight lineup that I loved, and I wish they could have done more, but then the reunion happened and Kiss turned full on nostalgia. So, you know, it's good to have. I mean, I can't read it because it's all in Japanese, but it's cool stuff. And also on the back of it, I don't know if you can tell, but right here is Bruce Kulick's autograph. And then right there is a smudged up Paul Stanley autograph. I got them to sign this at the convention because, you know, that was one of the things. You could meet them and they could sign the stuff for you. So I got them to sign a bunch of stuff, and this was one of the things. And unfortunately, Paul's signature, and to a lesser extent Bruce's, is smeared all up. But I got them signed in other places, so it's all good. Now the next one is the Alive Worldwide Lost Cities tour book, and this is the one from 97 when they came back, you know, after the groundbreaking 96 Alive Worldwide tour, the reunion tour. They came back and did a bunch of extra cities, the lost cities, the smaller cities. This one is actually a retail version, the barcode right here. These were sold in like bookstores and gas stations or wherever. I don't even remember where I got it, but I know it wasn't from a show because I actually didn't see them in 97. I saw him in 96 on the reunion tour, but I didn't get a chance in 97, even though I was going to go to, where was it at? It was somewhere in Georgia, and I didn't go, and then the next day, I saw it online, the early stages of online, so it was probably like Kiss Otaku or Kiss Asylum website, one of those, where Peter's drum tech, Ed Cannon, filled in for him at that show. I was like, damn it, I was thinking about going, but I didn't. So, would have been a cool show to see. But I didn't. But this one, you know, is basically just a rehash of the Alive Worldwide tour book. It's got a nice 1998 calendar in it. Pretty cool. And somewhere in here, I don't know where it's at. Maybe it's not in this. Maybe it's in the other one. Oh, History. I always wanted that book and I never got it. Wish I had gotten it, but I never did. But yeah, the Lost Cities Worldwide Tour Book. Next one is the Psycho Circus Tour Book. And this one I got January 2nd, 1999, I believe, in Nashville, Tennessee. It was the last date of the North American Psycho Circus Tour. And I'm so glad I got to go see that one because they ended up not coming back. They were supposed to do, a second and third leg of this tour, but I guess it didn't do well financially, so they didn't ever come back for this tour. So it was my only chance to see them. And a friend and I, we drove up from South Carolina to Nashville to visit a friend, and there just so happened to be a Kiss show, and I got to go. Second to last row in the arena. The seats were awful, all the way in the back. But hey, I was there. I got the 3D glasses to prove it, and I got to hear, Into the Void and Within, and then, of course, Psycho Circus, the song on that tour. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, this was basically the end of Kiss being a relevant new band. We're releasing new material because they only released 2 albums after this, and they were many, many years apart. And by that time, they were full on nostalgia train. So I don't remember this show being fantastic, but it wasn't that bad. I don't remember it being bad at all, so I was happy with that. And look, there's Kisstory 2, because you gotta have a Kisstory 2. Now, does this one have it? There's a bunch of ads in the back of it for their instruments and stuff. No, this must be in the next one, because I got one more Kiss Tour book for you. But yeah, the Psycho Circus Tour. Pretty cool. Pretty cool to have. And the last Kiss Tour book that I bought was from the Farewell Tour. I saw them 5 times on this tour, including the very last show that the 4 original members did on October 7th, 2000 in Charleston, South Carolina. You can't take that away from me. But yeah, the Farewell Tour book. This one was disappointing for me. It's got a lot of cool pictures in it. A whole lot of cool pictures in it. But the binding sucks because you see it's kind of coming apart right there. But it's just a list of tour dates that they played throughout the years. The whole thing is just tour dates, which, is cool for a reference point, but some of the dates are wrong. I think there's a show listed in here for Camden, South Carolina, and they never played in Camden, South Carolina. That was a mistake. But, it's cool just to have as a piece of history. Look, and of course the order forms, Kiss Online. That's crazy how far back that goes. But yeah, see, this binding is awful. In fact, it's ripping as I'm turning the pages. So that's lame. But yeah, that's my Kiss Tour books. The ones I have left. Like I said, I know I sold 1 or 2 of them. But now, one that's not a Kiss Tour book, and this one I got on my 13th birthday. It was January 11th, 1992 in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was the Theater of Madness Ozzy Osbourne Tour, or the No More Tours Tour, or more specifically, the warm-up tour for the No More Tours Tour. Yeah, it was at a small, it was a small basketball arena, and it was actually the Charlotte Hornets training facility. It was the Grady Cole Center. It was a horrible place to see a show. I only saw one more show there, and that was The Darkness, more than a decade later. But yeah, this one was the only time I ever got to see Ozzy, and I'm glad I got to see him when I did, because the No More Tours album, or No More Tears, was probably the end of me really being into Ozzy. And it's a cool little tour book, just some pictures from the past. There's that Ultimate Sin era, which I love, that a lot of people hate. But, No Rest for the Wicked. And then, of course, No More Tears. And then you got, Michael Inez and Randy Castillo and, of course, Zakk Wylde on tour. But yeah, I remember seeing the tour, and I know that during the prong opened up for him, and we were up front. You know, it was general admission, but it was like, I think 2-3 rows in front of us, but we were up really close, and it was all smushed up. And I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I made it 1 or 1.5 songs into Ozzy's set up there before I had to go. We had to vacate because I was a really small child, and I was smushed into the back of some dude's leather jacket. I remember that. I distinctly remember that. But, you know, I finally got to see Ozzy, and like I said, it was the last time I saw him, or the only time I saw him, so I'm glad I got the opportunity when I did, because I love me some classic Ozzy. But yeah, that's those are the tour books I have that I found. Those are the only ones I have left. It sucks because I had some more, but it was fun going through the going down memory lane. Now with Ozzy, I also got a really cool. It was like a white T-shirt. And it had a glow in the dark Ozzy being crucified on it, right? And I remember wearing that shirt to school, and they made me turn it inside out because it was bad. You can't wear this. This is sacrilegious. You can't wear this. But you know, that shirt ended up disappearing. I don't know whatever happened to it, but it just magically disappeared when it went into the wash. It's crazy. Same thing that happened to my fishbone fuck racism shirt. Magically disappeared. Sucks. I looked it up on eBay maybe like a year or two ago, and that Ozzy shirt was going for like a couple $100. I'm like, damn it. But yeah, so that's that. But hope you enjoyed this just kind of random look back. I don't know. I thought it was fun to do. And it was a good trip down memory lane. So don't forget, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Good times. Join me over on the Instagrams so you can watch an old man trying to find a good song. It's just a thing. But y'all stay fresh, cheese bags.